This content is for educational and entertainment purposes only. This is a fictional dramatization, not real courtroom reporting. Content may discuss manipulation and control, which may be unsuitable for some viewers. Like, share, and subscribe to support the channel. An actor's bold statement shatters a music mogul's defense. His words expose a comedian's role in a fictional network of influence. This is a fictional scenario inspired by rumors, not confirmed events. Authorities block Sean D, a music mogul, from hosting private gatherings. Sean D declares, we are not going to stop. We are going to keep having fun, bringing people together from all walks of life. You are going to hear about my part. They are going to be shutting them down. They are going to probably be arresting me. In this imagined trial, Samuel J, a renowned actor, testifies. He links Sean D's control to Steve H, a comedian, and Lorie H's troubling ties to both men. Samuel J reveals manipulative behavior spanning decades. His testimony includes messages, recordings, and travel records. Samuel J was not expected to testify in the Sean D and Steve H influence and obstruction trial. On day 8, prosecutors unseal a subpoena. Samuel J steps forward. He speaks for 45 minutes. He describes Steve H's rise, Sean D's dominance, and the exploitation of young women under mentorship. Samuel J explains his evidence. 23 years ago, he vowed to protect his daughter Zoe J from industry dangers. He became an archavist, saving messages and files to shield her from predators posing as producers. In 2018, Samuel J receives a USB drive from a film assistant after a Brooklyn shoot. It holds an audio file. Steve H coaches Lorie H on high-value etiquette, saying, always remember, a mogul is never your boyfriend. He is your board of directors. Samuel J keeps it, assuming it is harsh advice. A month later, a studio engineer sends a video. Sean D dictates Lorie H's outfits, mocking Steve H. Samuel J flags these by date, cross-referencing travel logs. He knows authorities need context if harm occurs. Samuel J presents his findings. One document shows Steve H sending Sean D a contract template titled Lifestyle Partnership. Another reveals Sean D calling Lorie H the green room retainer fee. Samuel J reads these aloud, calling them proof of parental failure and industry control. He claims they show a network of influence exploiting power and people. Steve H sits still. Judge Morales listens closely. Defense attorney Wickham challenges Samuel J, suggesting bitterness over a past film deal. Samuel J laughs. Sir, I turned down that role because the script had me harm a young intern. The director made it real. The jury smiles. The judge allows it. Wickham claims Samuel J spreads rumors. Samuel J reveals a message from Steve H's staffer boasting, this Lorepuff link is going to buy another decade of goodwill with the Family Man audience. The session pauses. This is a fictional dramatization, not real courtroom reporting. After a break, prosecutors ask Samuel J to explain his 8-step influence ladder. He opens a notebook. The Red Ledger started in 1993. Step 1 is access through praise. A gatekeeper lauds a young talent. Step 2 is co-branding, creating public closeness. Step 3 is exclusivity, where parents become managers, cutting outside contacts. Samuel J ties this to Lorie H. In 2017, Steve H praises Sean D on radio as a business model. 6 weeks later, Lorie H's modeling jobs vanish. She joins Sean D's team in Los Angeles. Samuel J calls this co-branding. An email shows Steve H's assistant canceling Lorie H's Dubai shoot for family obligations. Prosecutors call this exclusivity. Samuel J goes back to 1995. Steve H strikes a deal with promoter Kirk B. Free comedy shows for easy interviews with hip-hop stars. This turns comedians into promoters. In 2006, Steve H meets Marjorie H, ex-wife of dealer Jim T. Samuel J cites Jim T's plea deal, mentioning an entertainment network for laundering show funds through Atlanta fashion. Samuel J gives the docket number. Prosecutors add it. Samuel J claims Steve H's talk show cleans reputations for men like Sean D, shifting them from club figures to charity leaders. He shows a 2013 clip. Sean D promotes his school fund days after a violent incident. The jury watches. Defense calls this gossip. Judge Morales allows it, citing pattern laws. Samuel J reads a 2020 card from Sean D to Steve H, and Marjorie H family is the ultimate brand alignment. Let us keep investing. Samuel J calls this Step 8, exploiting family ties. Prosecutors dim lights. Samuel J narrates a montage of clips from whistleblowers over 15 years. Clip 1 from 2009 shows Sean D. Steve H. and executives on a yacht. A young woman claimed to be Lorie H. at 12 dances coached by a voice. Samuel J says Steve H. acts as a recruiter. Clip 2 from 2015 shows Lorie H. 18 at an awards show. A stylist says Daddy says Puff will be here in 5. Lorie H. replies, "Okay, make me look older." Samuel J. notes forced maturity. Clip 3 from 2019 shows Sean D. in a Soho penthouse telling a chef to plate oysters, "Sexy, she will eat off my chain." Lorie H. laughs, "Unk you wild." The chef whispers, "This is messed up." Samuel J. says the chef quit and messaged him after a speech. The chef's affidavit is added. Clip 4 shows Steve H. in a 2021 tour rehearsal saying, "Ain't no sermon without tithes, baby." No difference between the church plate and a revolt deal. He brags Sean D. paid Lorie H.'s company. Samuel J. calls this manipulative behavior's core. Prosecutors rest visual claims. Samuel J. shares Zoe J's statement. "Her father's vigilance saved me from exploitation." Defense claims Samuel J. alters clips. A forensic expert confirms no edits across devices. The judge admits them. Samuel J. leaves the stand. Steve H.'s team requests a recess. 2 celebrity fathers contact prosecutors fearing their daughter's involvement. Prosecutors present 27 flight manifests from Vista Aviation spanning 13 years. Samuel J. shows the defense's vacation excuse fails. In 2010, Steve H. claims Chicago mentoring Sean D. claims Italy. A jet log lists Sean D. Marjorie and Lorie H. 17 flying to Nassau on July 13th. A 2012 manifest shows Steve H.'s foundation paying for an Anguilla trip, matching Sean D.'s jet. In 2014, Lorie H. boards with Sean D.'s staff and a stylist for private gatherings. Samuel J. says this places Lorie H. in settings Cassie V. described in her lawsuit. Prosecutors show phone pings. Steve H.'s radio show airs in Atlanta, but his phone ping is Anguilla. Samuel J. says pre-recorded shows hid trips with Lorie H. defense objects. The judge allows records. Samuel J. closes. The question is not if these trips happened. The question is what a 50-year-old mogul and a comedian sought. This is a fictional dramatization, not real courtroom reporting. A technician brings a monitor. Samuel J. shows a clip from September 3, 2018 at a Martha's Vineyard mansion, White Rabbit. A camera captures Sean D. saying, "Pass me the LV bag, Fahim." Steve H. laughs, "You wild puff." Subtitles show, "Rinse her, then send her to makeup." The 45-second clip stuns. Samuel J. says a manager provided it as Steve H.'s team left the camera active. The phrase "rinse her" matches Cassie V. and Dawn R's accounts of Sean D.'s post-gathering rituals, requiring women to shower before appearances. Steve H. stands near a bag later seized with drugs and cards. Defense claims deep fakes or comedy sketches. Jurors note metadata placing Steve H. there and a $4,800 payment from Steve H.'s company. Samuel J. reads Lorie H.'s text. "Puff says my smile is ratings gold. Dad keeps telling me ownership is everything. I feel like property." Samuel J. explains motive the win-in clause in Steve H.'s 2017 deal with a media firm. Paragraph 16C gives the firm rights to Steve H.'s faith dramas if Sean D.'s portfolio funds them. Samuel J. says Steve H.'s streaming plans depend on Sean D.'s money. A 2019 gospel series stalls until Sean D.'s firm pays $2 million. It airs on Sean D.'s channel retitled to align with another artist. Emails urge Steve H. to maintain optics with Sean D., noting Lorie H.'s companionship as key. Samuel J. calls this exploitation by persuasion. A chef's hidden testimony describes a 2019 gala where Marjorie H., citing Sean D.'s stylist, tells Lorie H. to wear a revealing dress. Samuel J. says this shows Steve H.'s household concessions. He cites Steve H.'s advice to protect daughters against proof he exploited Lorie H. The gate is rented by the hour, Your Honor, and the landlord is at the defense table. The day ends. Headlines state Samuel J. links faith deal to influence network. Brian S. Sean D.'s attorney challenges Samuel J. "Mr. Jackson, you play heroes. Are you acting now?" Samuel J. replies, "Sir, there are no retakes in a federal courtroom." Brian S. shows photos of Samuel J. and Sean D. at events. You drank his champagne, now you call him controlling. Samuel J says I was there for a film. I did not coach him on young women. Brian S calls Steve H's parenting comments gossip. Samuel J agrees he never met Lorie H privately. That is why I blame her father. Brian S presents emails where Steve H thanks Samuel J for family advice. Samuel J says exactly, I urged boundaries. Boundaries he ignored, like your client. Judge Morales allows themes. Samuel J tells jurors, I am not here because of rumors. I am here because silence got too loud. Prosecutors present a DAT cassette from a storage unit. Samuel J's voice asks Puff, why you got teenagers in here? Sean D laughs. They are grown enough for what I need. Music stops. Samuel J confirms the 2003 recording from a Midtown Space Studio 23. He carried a recorder after seeing excess. I thought proof would matter, he says. He kept it hidden as none wanted truth behind videos. Defense demands exclusion. Judge Morales allows it. Samuel J says a teenage male's laugh is Justin D. That night I saw a generational cycle. Steve H was set to involve his daughter. Prosecutors say Sean D encourages young companions and normalizes excess and buys silence with perks. Samuel J recalls Sean D's limo brag, Hollywood dads bring me gifts. I make those gifts sparkle. A bracelet from Sean D to Lorie H aligns with this. Jurors react. Samuel J says criticizing Steve H's parenting cost him scripts and invites. That is the price of truth in a fantasy town. In 2021, Steve H says, brother, you cost me sponsors. Samuel J replies, no, you cost yourself a daughter's trust. Samuel J shows a text from Sean D to Steve H. Sam is on the warpath. Remind your girl NDAs matter. The defense objects. Judge Morales allows brief discussion. Prosecutors claim it shows guilt. Sean D feared exposure and urged Steve H to enforce silence. Samuel J ends. I cannot undo their actions, but I can expose them beyond ratings or royalties. Sean D confers with advisors. Steve H looks down. Commentators call it a shift. Sean D's music streams drop. Steve H's ads vanish. Hashtag spread listen to Sam. Protect daughters. Silence is over. Jurors leave with notes. Financial experts will trace funds next. Samuel J's credibility burning old ties for truth reshapes celebrity power and parental failure. This content is for educational and entertainment purposes only. This is a fictional dramatization, not real courtroom reporting. Based on rumors, not confirmed findings. Viewer discretion is advised. Like, share, and subscribe to support the channel.
Thanks for watching this video. If you like this video, drop a comment below. And please like, share, and subscribe my channel.